Attention to everyone in Rochester. Monday, April 27th, there is a comedy open mic happening. The fourth years will be there interpreting to provide access for the deaf and hard of hearing community. I will be there performing stand-up comedy live for the first time in my life. But if I tell enough people and make enough of a fuss about it, then the pressure will be on for me to actually come up with something and be funny. So now it's out there. Now you know. Now people are coming. So come and find out what happens. 7 p.m. Monday.
In 2 days, I have to perform stand-up comedy in front of a bunch of people that I know because I told everyone about it. Because I chose to make a big deal out of doing stand-up for the first time, and I decided to tell everyone about it, and now I have to do it.
So I don't know if you know the show Baby Reindeer, but the guy, he's an aspiring stand-up comedian. And at the climax of the show, he has this comedy competition that he goes to perform. And everyone he knows shows up, right? Including his ex, who is there, and she says this to him, is there to watch him embarrass himself.
And I may just fucking crash out on stage. Who knows? It's gonna be recorded.
And she's like, are you excited for Monday? And I'm like, ooh, I may just have it like a baby reindeer, I may crash out on stage. Because in the show, he crashes out on stage and just starts crying in front of everyone and just starts venting and has a monologue about what he's going through. And then walks in as I say that. And I think to myself in my head, she's seen Baby Reindeer. I know this. She's my ex. What if she showed up? I wonder if she's going to show up now. Monica, guess what happened?
Your next comic is also new to the Boulder mic. Make some noise for Matt Stransky.
This started as a joke that went too far. All right. For those that don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm with the interpreting students, and this is the first time that I've ever done this. Before I get into the part where I'm funny, I do want to say that initially I was coming here to watch the other students interpret, because I want to learn from them, I want to do what they do. But coming here watching other comedians has really been a great experience, because comedy is something that I've been thinking of doing for some time, but never really had an outlet for it until now. So just round of applause for everyone that's come before me, please. And so, one, I just want to highlight something that I really thought was amazing. Someone was talking about how diseases are typically named after someone who died from it, whereas it really should be someone who lived or survived it or beat it. The disease should be named after that person, so I thought that was great. My first experience in crowd work was also here. I don't remember who it was that was up here, but he was doing a great job. And towards the end of his set, he was just rattling off quips to people in the crowd, like boom, boom, boom. He gets to me, and I'm like, okay, it's my turn. What is he gonna say? And he goes, you're bald. You're like white Michael Jordan. And then he looked at almost as confused as I was, because I know I'm a terrible baseball player. How does he know that? And so here's the thing. I have gotten every bald joke, every bald comparison, because I think that when people meet me, it's like a compulsion that they need me to know that they also know what bald people are. It's kind of like I went to school with someone in a wheelchair. Thank you. But depending on which bald person I'm compared to, this determines the rest of my relationship with that person. So on one end of the spectrum, we have Professor X, Lex Luthor, Walter White. All right, those are some well-kept men. They're businessmen. They know what they're about. We're gonna get along, if that's what you refer to me as. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Dr. Evil, Voldemort, Mr. Clean. I don't care how hygienic you think I am, that is where we go to Plan B. Plan A is getting along, Plan B is playing the cancer card. Deadpool, superhero with cancer, really good at killing people. I'm really good at killing the energy in any room, and no one can be mad at me for it, because I get the pass. And so when this crowd work was happening, I admit that it was no one's fault but my own, that I was already having a bad day, and I thought to myself, okay, this goes on a little bit too long, I may just pull out the card right here in front of everyone. But I stopped and I didn't say anything, because when a man you don't know calls you Michael Jordan from a room full of people, sometimes you gotta let shit slide. Because that has gotta be the biggest compliment you can get when you look like this. I don't think anyone outside of this cafe is going to be stopping me on the street going, "Excuse me, do you get this all the time? Because I just saw you," and it reminds me of 6-time NBA championship winner Michael Jordan. So the real good news was my newfound confidence that night. So I just want to make something very clear to everyone, this is my first time doing this, so I want to set a good first impression. I need everyone to like me all the time. My name is Matt, and not only am I a survivor of stage 3 Matt's lymphoma, but the NBA would not be what it is today if it wasn't for me. And you are welcome for Space Jam.